Welcome to Woodshop 101. This is episode 121 for April 2nd, 2018. I'm Jeremy Crawford of the Countryside Workshop, and I'm joined tonight by my co-host Sam Waddell of Sam Ryan Designs, Drew Short of Rockin' H Woodshop, and our guest host Juan from Dima Dara ATX on Instagram. What's up, guys?
Hi.
What's up?
Hey.
What have you guys been up to?
Little this, little that, import and export, stuff.
Importing and exporting? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things I'd have to kill you if I told you what I was really doing.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Not building furniture. I see.
That's just to transport what I need.
But on that note, we like to thank our patrons, Michael Brindle, Devin, Richter, Sean McHenry, who's awesome and left an awesome voicemail, Carl Mose, Neil Sims, Eric, Rhoten, and Bryan, Collette. If you'd like to support the show, you can head over to woodshop101podcast.com/listen for the show notes for today's episode. I see you looking. Stop. And there will be links for small one-time donations and reoccurring donations. If you want to become a patron to our Patreon campaign, then head over to patreon.com/woodshop101. You can buy a Woodshop 101 podcast t-shirt, hoodie, or Rev marker pack. Head to countrysideworkshop.com/shop for that link. I did it.
Couldn't break her.
Nope, not tonight. It's because I'm so good at it now.
It's because we're doing this several hours earlier than what we usually do it.
Yeah, true that.
So we're not
That's
quite
true.
as tired.
We're not tired.
My eyes aren't like this when I'm doing it, because normally they are.
So
Don't forget, guys, Sam just mentioned that we had a voicemail. If you guys want to get in contact with the show and want to leave us a voicemail that we can play on air, be sure and call us at 409-234-3959 to get a hold of that. You can also send us a voice memo through your phone to the email of woodshop101podcast@gmail.com, and we can play those on air and give us our feedback, I guess.
So awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the shop. Jay, you want to go first? Tell us what you've been working on.
So I just finished up those tables for UT, which was the second set for them, and therefore their apparel and textile department. So it's like their fashion department. And I'm glad they're done because they're a weird size. They're 5x8, which is not standard, obviously. But that's what they wanted for their fabric measurements. So those are done. And right now I'm in the middle of overhauling my shop, organizing it. It's a hot mess right now. Yeah, so I got to get that all cleared up before I can move on to the next project.
So you're a procrastinator when it comes to cleaning.
I am not a great cleaner. It is not my strong suit. I will shuffle things around to make space. I'm usually cleaning my shop maybe once a week, or after a big project is done, and I'll do a complete clean sweep and get everything organized again for the next one. Yeah, it's not my best quality, but I'm working on it. I am working on it.
Oh.
Like a smoker. I clean once a week now instead of once a month.
Yeah. It's a process. I don't want to jump into anything too soon.
Do you call it cleaning if you pick up more than 5 items? When I say I clean my when I say I clean my shop, I put away 2 or 3 items, and I'm like, oh yeah, I cleaned my shop today, and yet it's really not clean.
Yeah, if I sweep some sawdust around, that's cleaning. If I pick up the scrap pieces of cutoffs, cleaned up.
Yeah.
So,
Not in Graham's shop.
Yeah,
Sweeping it into a pile and leaving it there.
I mean, if we all had a new Ryobi floor sweeper,
Oh my
I
gosh,
think we could do it.
Mine would be clean.
The Bauer,
mine would be too. I'd have my kids out there.
Yeah, they would like doing that.
Except they would probably suck everything else up on the floor.
That you didn't want them to suck up.
They'd be like, no, don't get that. Awesome, thanks.
But it's awesome because you can just dump it out and you get it right back.
It was pretty cool. We did see it suck up a yogurt cup, right? Wasn't it a yogurt cup? It
was
does
awesome.
some damage.
Yeah, it does.
So
I just got mine active in the shop today. Actually,
You have one?
Yeah.
Why do you think I brought it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to send it to me? Gramps makes us clean up every time.
I clean up every day now too.
Well, he's building good habits for you.
I know it is actually good because it's like keeps it more organized. Don't you agree, Drew?
It makes it easier to get out there each day.
Yeah.
I can't go out there to a mess. I don't want to go.
It like
mess
stresses
with it.
you out. Yeah. So I definitely appreciate him teaching me how to do that. So
Do you make your bed every morning, Sam?
sometimes, not all the time.
Look behind her.
No, this is not my.
That's not a room.
My room right now has like 2 big piles of laundry, so no one wants to see my room.
Ooh, we got to do the next show from our rooms.
Didn't you do one from your room sitting on your bed?
He was laying on his bed.
That was
that's
the guest.
right.
It was a little.
It was a Lisa mattress. That's why I was on
Oh,
it.
that's why you were on
It
it.
was a little awkward.
Yeah, super comfortable.
Yeah.
Laying on your bed, rolling
super
around.
Awkward. So, Drew, what do you got going on in your shop?
I just delivered the bookcase chair yesterday, and client loved it, which I was very happy with. And it's funny too, because when I delivered it, I didn't expect the room that she was going to put it in to be so small, and I was concerned. They were living in an apartment, so the room was their hallway was like 3 doors. Is all it was. That's all it was. That was their hallway. So I was concerned that bookcase chair. Yeah, I was concerned it wasn't going to make the corner into the room. As we were bringing parts in, I'm like, oh crap, that's not going to make it. But we got it negotiated in there, and then once we set it all up, there was maybe, I don't know, just a walking path around it. So trying to take pictures of that thing inside that room with light that looked like it was from the Stone Age didn't quite pan out for good pictures. But yeah, she was happy with it. We actually stocked it up, took some pictures. And then today I picked up some alder and pine and plywood for 2 more contracts that I've got to pretty much try and do simultaneously this week.
Nice.
One's a barn door, and then the other is 14 floating shelves.
Nice. That's exciting.
Yeah. All right, Samuel, what do you got going on?
I'm finishing up that big white oak table. Hopefully we'll have the stain picked out this weekend. And then the game table got delivered. And then we'll start doing the bent lamination. So that will be exciting. And then I have a couple other things coming up. I'm just waiting for the contract signed and the deposit. So some more tables. And then I might finally be able to do my bookshelf that I keep telling you guys that I'm going to do for myself. And I'm going to take time off. And then I never do. But so now I think I'm going to be able to do that. So I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I know.
Your skepticism.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I always complain about it, and then I can't take time off, and then I should really do it. So
Yeah, but you're a good busy. That's good.
yeah, it is a good busy, but maybe I can do it simultaneously. But it's going to be huge. So
I do envy the fact that you have
excited.
Gramps in the shop with you to keep you company. Because
yes, because
working by yourself is, yeah, it is. It is lonely.
Because it's funny because a lot of people think, I mean, he does help, but sometimes he's off doing something, cleaning something, or building a jig for something, or whatever. He's always building a jig. I think we have like a million jigs in the shop, but he's always doing something else. But when he's not down there, I like get lonely, and I'm like, oh, this stinks. So
it's
I
hard
know-
by yourself.
yeah,
I mean, that's why I do a lot of stories.
I need somebody to talk to.
So somebody out there?
So you start talking to yourself.
yeah.
That's why you got to get like a stuffed animal for your shop pet. Like I got stuffed bobcat in my shop, and I just talked to him. Hey, it's Bob. It's my shop cat.
My dog Frankie is out there with me a lot, but he's in my car. Like he's watching me, but he's like off in the distance. He's not like in the garage with me. So even I'll look at him and he's just like passed out. And I'm like, dang it, I'm all alone here.
I know.
He doesn't even want to talk to me, man.
Yeah, right. I'll just do another story. See if anybody's out there.
Take a
Feel free to
poll.
respond.
Would y'all like to talk to me or not talk to me? Vote,
Should I
please.
go live? I'll go live right now if anyone's out there.
Anybody, please.
I'll just keep going alone then.
That's so funny. But I will say,
I had the music off the other weekend for the first time, and usually I have music going, and I was kind of surprised at how like efficient I was with no music and nothing to distract me like that.
I actually learned that lesson a couple days ago too. I forgot to turn it on. And I was like, God, I got a lot done.
Yeah.
I know.
No singing, no dancing.
Yeah,
Right.
No taking breaks. I know. So I was just going to say it is like every day, like it's going to be hard because you're used to like being at work, Drew. And then now you're like in the shop by yourself, like every morning, every
supervising.
day.
Yeah. I supervised 28 people and now it's just me and only me.
Yeah.
And my neighborhood is like a ghost town during the week.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish that was the case for me. So I wouldn't have to talk to anybody in the morning. That would be awesome.
Tell us how you
I know.
really
I
feel.
always talk to someone in the morning too.
That'd be really awesome. So, so for me, I've kind of been making a few smaller items more on the lathe. I again committed to something, even though my resolution was not to commit to things. But
You set that time.
yeah, it's a habit. But no, I'm sending some items to back to my hometown, to the church I grew up in. They're holding a big silent auction. I'm trying to do some updates and stuff to the church, so I volunteered to donate a few items. I've been like, not even like I said yes on Monday, knowing that I would not be home pretty much the rest of the week, and they have to be mailed out by tomorrow. So I will be pulling probably some longer hours tonight to finish them up so I can get them in the mail by tomorrow. But I decided against my conscience was telling me, and the inner self was saying, make something like a cutting board or something bigger that's going to take time. It's like, nah, let's do some pens and bottle stoppers that take about 10 minutes, 15 minits a piece, and send those.
Feel like you got something accomplished.
Yeah. So I'll be sending some of those out tomorrow.
Nice.
So
That is one thing about doing these huge projects. You don't feel like you're getting much done until you actually finish and deliver it. But those smaller things, you feel like you've got something accomplished every day.
Yeah. We have a big table coming up that has big turn legs. So I've never really turned before, but I got a bunch of new turning tools, so we'll see.
How big is big? Like what diameter?
So we haven't really decided on that yet, but we can only go 11. But my grandpa has a neighbor who's a really good turner, like really good. And I think he has a bigger one. So hopefully if it needs to go any bigger, then he has that one. But it's like
he would
a circle.
let you use it or contracting
He would.
out?
So I probably would ask to use it because I got some new tools that I want to play with. So he's always said anytime you want to come over. So we'll see what happens.
A favor.
All it takes is once on the lathe, is what I hear.
And then you're addicted.
Yeah, then you'll be over
It
there
is.
all the time, probably.
Yeah. Knock, knock. Can I come over and play with your
Especially
lathe?
when you feel like,
Let's just wheel it over to the basement. It would be so
especially when you
easy
have,
to
like,
just
an
wheel it back and
when you get like an hour or two and you're like, I just want to get out in the shop to like recenter myself, you can go out there and turn something quick, and it's like literally start to finish you can have something. So that
Jeez,
sense of
that's so
accomplishment, you're like, I'm done, I did something, yes, like this is
Like I was
awesome.
with a bunch of toothpicks in my shop, just sitting out there the whole time. Just
Just make
I mean,
a-
walnut.
I'm turning a 2-inch spindle all the way down into a toothpick of walnut. Like,
Yes.
you just made a $10 toothpick.
Fine.
Gotta put some tongue oil on that toothpick.
All right.
And you put it in your mouth and you're like, that doesn't taste too good.
Not for actual use. It's more of a mantelpiece.
Or put it in your hat and you just carry it around.
You gotta make a stand for your toothpick.
Drew, that was so funny. Where you just put your hands
just-
like that?
Well, you got to set it in the stand. You just got to be careful.
He's got to get those pinkies up.
Nobody touch it.
So
What is that piece? Stay away! It's a toothpick.
Dare you.
don't touch that. All
Touch
right,
the
Jay.
tooth.
So tell us, for the people who don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
So Jay, Juan, JM, it all works down in Austin, Texas. You all right, Sam?
Yes.
Start telling us about yourself, and she gets allergic.
Yeah, right. Easily. It happens to all the ladies.
My name's Jay.
Yeah. So repellent. Let's see. Like I said, born and raised in Austin. I'm a true unicorn, as we like to call ourselves. There aren't that many of us back here in Austin anymore, so I'm pretty proud of it. What do I do? Right now I'm working with my uncle and my cousin. My uncle has a glass and mirror shop that he's owned for, I think, over 35 years now here in Austin. And he's hanging on to his spot right in a very popular area of town right now. But learning their industry, it's tough. Cutting glass, sanding glass, maneuvering glass. My first go around, my hands got really ripped up. Second time, much better, stronger grip, a lot more comfortable with it. That's the day job. And then obviously the woodworking is part-time or side hustle. I started out doing small home decor pieces, going to pop-up shops here in Austin. Both my sisters are entrepreneurs, and they really kind of kickstarted me out into like the Austin scene. So I started with pop-ups, triangles, plant stands, stuff like that. Started picking up family customers and then a few friends, and then it kind of went from there. I'm in a local succulent shop here in Austin, downtown. And I'm trying to branch out a little bit. I'm trying to get into bigger builds. Lots of inspiration, obviously, on Instagram. So I'm trying to stretch myself out and just continue learning and growing as a builder. And that's pretty much me. I'm a fixture on Instagram. I always tell people you can always find me. And you always ask me a question. Always shoot me a concern or something. I hit every comment with a genuine answer. No one gets thumbs up or smiley face. It's a genuine answer.
I got a thumbs up from you today.
What?
No, just listen.
Like,
You liar.
I'll be like, everybody gets a genuine answer. I don't. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Todd just gets a smiley face.
So does Derrick.
Derrick and Todd.
I wasn't going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Yeah, but that's me. I really love the Instagram community, the woodworking community. I think it's awesome. And, I'm glad to be a part of it. It's taught me a lot, both about woodworking and about myself and just about people. It's pretty awesome.
What is your favorite build today?
For myself, the one I'm probably the most proud of is a bookshelf that I just finished a couple months ago. Is a giant red oak bookshelf for a buddy who's actually he's an actor, but we've been friends for over 20 years now, and he commissioned me to make this giant bookshelf for his bedroom for his home here in Austin. Sam was a lot of help and needed it. I hadn't really taken on anything like that to date. That's my biggest build to date. So finishing that, getting it through to the end, I kind of procrastinated a little bit because I think I was intimidated. So it took a second for me to kind of get motivated and yeah, I see you. But it was, I can be honest, like it was intimidating, that first big build. I'd gotten a couple of big checks from clients before, but, this was also a friend. I wanted to impress him. I wanted to be happy with it. So, I probably added more pressure to myself than needed to be. But when I finished it, I was in his house. I worked, a good long day to install it. And I can like distinctly remember my face as I was just kind of like, yeah, that looks awesome, and it's done. So that giant bookshelf, and it was a beast too. I mean, it was a huge bookshelf. So finishing that, it's probably the one that I'm most proud of. I like doing anything for my family though too. Anything I can build. My sisters, like I said, they're both entrepreneurs here in Austin. They call on me a lot to build quick stuff for them. But anytime I can build for my family, it's a good experience for me. Yeah.
You hear that, Sam? Somebody built a bookshelf.
I was gonna say, send it to Sam. She needs a bookshelf.
I do need a bookshelf.
You would tear it apart and rebuild it.
No, I would not.
Flat pack it. Just flat pack it and ship it to her.
Some assembly required.
Yeah.
I know. I'm really excited because we wanted to do pipes for it. I'll just tell you real quick what I wanted it to look like. Black pipes, and then like the shelves can are just like laying across and be like a light wood. But instead of using pipes, which is super expensive, we're just going to use wood and then paint it black.
People dowels.
Oh no!
You're gonna turn all these.
You don't like that idea?
That's just awful.
I would have been like, I'm deleting you. You're not my friend anymore. I'm just kidding.
We're not friends.
But we're not friends. Me and Derrick aren't friends anymore.
Don't start.
But anyway,
you can delete Derrick if you want to. That's fine.
Just make sure I keep Drew, right?
That's right.
But it will be good. I'm gonna do like 2x2s, like 2x2 squares.
Is that?
Just have it.
Where's that? Is that going to go in the Sam Ryan World headquarters?
Yes, world headquarters in my old bedroom that I used to sleep in. Yeah, my parents they live in. We tore down like a wall in my bedroom because I'm an only child, so they were 2 decent sized rooms that then just became one big room. So that's like where I sleep on Christmas and stuff like that. So we need to keep a bed, but I was like, we need to build like a day bed in there because like I don't want this bed anymore. And then we're gonna have like a little like middle section where I can like do DIY crafts on. So I'm excited.
When is the world headquarters going to happen? Will it be 2018?
It will, maybe. We'll see.
She's like, it will.
It will be.
It'll be in a month. But yeah.
That's a lot of confidence starting out right there. It will maybe.
I think so because I really, really, really want to get ourselves like organized. And I've teamed up with Armor Tool to send out some plans. So my bench is here. So I got to build the bench probably in the next 2 weeks, and then start doing a desk and like this bulletin board. So be on the lookout for those awesome plans.
It was almost like she wasn't listening when you said, "Is it going to be 2018?"
I know. I'm just ignoring it.
Oh, 18? Oh no.
yeah. Like this year, this 2018. Yeah, this 2018 right now. No.
There's still a lot of time in 2018.
Yeah,
still got time.
But it's almost April. Like that's. I feel like it was just Christmas.
Have faith in your other co-host.
I'm already shopping for Christmas.
Yeah, like.
Just have faith in.
I mean, I really have no room to speak clearly because.
Yeah, because your table is still not stained. So I could have come back at you, but I was a true friend and held it in. So.
Sure. Then I would have got it through like a text message later.
You just feel that red hot poker that she just stuck at you.
Like, take that. Enjoy
like
your
what
table.
that face I made at you one time? What was that? I gave like someone the death eyes. Who was that?
That was me, I thought.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I gave you the death eyes. Maybe I did.
I'm sure it was one of us at some point.
Yes, it was.
I'm sure Jay has seen the death eyes too.
No, I'm pretty rock solid. So.
Oh, just wait. That's the problem. You're rock solid. And the moment that you slip once, then she's like,
yeah. I walk a real thin line. Just stay right there.
No, you do not. You're so dramatic. But, yeah. Well, sometimes we don't communicate he's like, I'm visual and he's visual, and we're both not. maybe good at explaining things. So I'll be
Yeah.
like, what? That just didn't make any sense. And then he'll be like, tell me again. And then I'm the type of person that will say it like 100 million times and be like,
Yeah.
come on, the 100th time, don't you understand? But it's still the same thing over and over. So
Yeah.
It's like,
You didn't
can
explain
you
it any
explain
different.
that and you say it exactly the same? You're like, no, that's not it.
yeah. So I need to
Always
get
always a work in progress communication, but it's good. It's good.
It's
So, yeah.
it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
a lot. It's good.
I'm hoping to build a desk soon as well. I'm like cramped at my little desk because it's like just full of plans, building plans, or
Nice.
building things. But yeah, I'm wanting to do like a big L-shaped desk. So, and I'm kind of torn because I want it like very simple, but then I'm gonna lose all my storage. So I'm thinking about building at least for the office, building like a base cabinet with a hutch on the top of it, so I can put my printer on it and then use that for more or less the storage that I have currently. What's in my desk.
It's like we all want to build an office.
What's that?
We all seem to want to build an office.
Yeah.
What?
And
It's that workflow. Like I don't feel like I hate sitting down to do office work because I don't feel like comfortable in my office. I don't feel comfortable in my workspace, and I think that's pretty important. And I think it goes along the same lines as like in a shop. Like if you don't really feel comfortable with your workflow, regardless of shop or office, you're not going to be very efficient at it or want to be out doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I moved my office desk out into my living room because I have this house. I'm here by myself in this house. Me and Frankie and my cat Z. Surprised you haven't heard her yet. But I moved my office desk from my office out to behind my couch in my living room. So I am watching the Dodgers-Giants game right now. But this is where I try to do most of my work. I don't want to be on the couch. I'd rather be somewhere like that's not like so comfortable that I'm not going to do something. So I like my setup here. But I agree. Like you kind of have to be comfortable and be able to work in a space to get it done.
Yeah, and being organized is key because, like, not being organized. That's why we want to put everything in like one space. Because me and my mom have good communication, but sometimes things slip through the cracks and you forget to tell each other about it. But if we had like one area that kept like everything, it would be a lot better, and you is more efficient.
Yeah,
like we're efficient, but it's just there's a faster way to do it.
Yeah. I also feel like when you have a space well set up, shop, whatnot, it's easier to leave that space and kind of shut off and be like, all right, I'm like leaving work. Let me now, like I can sit down and relax and not think about all those things I have to do in the shop tomorrow, or think about all that computer work and the plans and the SketchUp and the invoicing and all that I have to do. Versus now, like it's all just sitting out open on my desk. So anytime I walk from the front door, because I literally like my front door is right over here, and I walk past it down the hall every single day, multiple times, so I see it all out, and then I'm like, oh man, I need to go get that done, and it's like I can never really turn it off, and then I think that kind of overpowers me or overbears me, so I don't want to sit down because it's just constantly there, and I kind of think that, I mean, that's kind of how I feel in the shop too. Like since I've moved from Texas, I had a very well organized shop, and I probably reduced by 100 square feet and left all my cabinetry in Texas, and I had all drawers. I hate cabinets, but that's all I have now is cabinets. I have 3 drawers in my shop, and so I feel like everything's just shoved into a cabinet, hard to find, unorganized, and so that's something else that I want to get done. I want to get organized some way a little bit better.
Yeah, that's like in our shop, and I know I need to do a shop tour because everybody asks for a shop tour. But in our shop, and it's the same thing, Jeremy. Like, we have, like, not many cabinets. We just have shelves. And then everything just gets piled up on the shelves in, like, this one section. And there's seriously shelves probably, like, that are 50 years old. Because my grandpa had a workshop in their old house before they moved. And they moved into this house, like, 30 years ago, 32 years ago or something. And it hasn't changed. And so, like, we need, like, so much more storage. And I feel like storage is, like, key in the workshop, just because, like, then you know where everything is. Everything has a place to go back when you're done working. And, like, cabinets and, like, shelves, like, just, I feel like stuff gets piled on it.
Yeah. It's easy to cram stuff in there.
Yeah, just
And
continue
then
to
just close it. And just close them. Like, I can't see it. It's in there. It's closed. Yeah.
Yeah. And Drew has, like, the coolest cabinet. I wish I had space to, like, build that cabinet, or even, like, the toe kick. It has, like, storage. And I like how Drew's, like, so quiet because he's, like, super organized. I guarantee you he's super organized. But
more
anyway,
organized than us.
Let's just say that
his shop is, like, super, like, thought of everything.
I still need my miter saw station built. I want some more storage in that because I want to incorporate the planer into the tabletop surface so I can actually utilize the long outfeed of the tabletop.
Yeah.
But I still need some more drawers because I've filled up those cabinets already. So
Those, like, medicine cabinets?
those medicine cabinets aren't all they're cracked up to be.
Oh. I think it's so cool.
They are to an extent, but anything heavy, the drawers really don't glide very well. And the springs in the back are kind of weak, so it has to be lightweight stuff in order to just tap the drawer and for it to pop out.
That's cool.
If it's heavy stuff, it's like tap and then it's stuck. You gotta get your finger in there and get it out.
I know we have food jars, baby food jars that have, like, all of our screws and.
Yeah.
I think that's a granddad thing, because my
It
granddad's
is.
shop had them everywhere. He had them screwed to the rafters, so you just reach up back, shink, and pull it down. Like,
Oh, that's
cool.
It just made me feel really old because I have a bunch of like old jelly jars and pickle jars out there.
Are they screwed to the rafters?
So old.
They are not screwed to the rafters, so I still got time.
But see, like,
You can
so you're not maximizing your spacing. If you just have them stacked up somewhere, you need to put them up on the ceiling.
Just gonna have rows of jars on the ceiling.
Light diffusers.
You can just see parents in their house just force feeding their kids, going, "I need another jar."
Yeah.
Eat this.
Just bought some more Krug screws. Somebody get something to eat.
I don't want any more baby bananas.
I know. That's seriously a ton of food. And my grandparents had 3 kids right in a row. And then they had a 4th, like, way later. And so he got, like, more, even more. So,
What's like
that.
what's like way
like,
later?
11 years later. 9 years later.
So somebody
Which is
has
it?
the accident.
11.
Well, it's like my mom is 11 years older than her sister. And then the youngest sister of the 3 that are close together, I think, is 8, right?
So it was 11, 9, now 8.
I feel like she's asking us. She's 8, right?
I know, like, yeah, don't you guys know? I don't know.
Yeah, we've
You're best friends with my mom. You
well,
guys
that
all-
doesn't mean we know your mom's siblings.
Todd was?
Sue, she's the greatest, and she'll listen to this, and then she'll be like driving, and then she'll call me and my dad and be like, "Where am I? I was listening to the podcast. I don't know where I am." And we're like, "What? How do you've lived in Northern Virginia for forever? I missed my turn." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Me and my dad have, like, great sense of direction. My mom, I love her. She does have great sense of direction, but she gets lost listening to our podcast.
Well, that's
She's
awesome
distracted.
because I would like to think we're so awesome you just get distracted. Our 2
Woodshop
listeners that we
101, causing disorientation everywhere since 2013.
Sam, you're actually going to get a text like, "How do you not know your aunt's birthday?"
I know. Well, I know her birthday, January 3rd, but
I hope your aunt doesn't listen to this.
I know. They're 8 years apart. I know. That's 100% fact.
Did you just see that light bulb go off? Ding!
It's because she was counting on her toes. She didn't want us to see.
That's why she kept putting her foot
Sitting
up
there
in her
touching
chair.
her toes, going 1, 2.
1, 2. Yep, counting the years. No, because the youngest of the 3 just at a big milestone, and then I know my other aunt's age, so then I just like subtracted, and I got it.
Did some reverse engineering.
Yeah, there we go.
That's called subtraction.
Subtraction.
Drew, did you ever get the your new planer head put into the planer?
That's what I'm actually going to start doing tomorrow. I'm going to try and make a video on it.
You guys would be happy. We bought the helical head.
Hey, don't steal my thunder.
But it's on the back
He asked
order.
a question.
Oh, it just
Not
reminded me. I didn't tell you guys. We bought it a while ago, and I didn't tell you guys. And now I want to watch your video, and then I'll.
Drew, you gotta wait for her to do hers because.
Then yeah.
She'll trump it. It's like, well, Drew did it like this, but Grandpa said to do it like this, and this is how it's going to go.
And then
Collaboration install.
And then every comment on Drew's videos would be like, well, that's not how Gramps did it.
That's Gramps. Yeah, Gramps did this.
No, Gramps is a huge fan of Drew's because he loves all of his YouTube videos. So I'm excited to see it.
My wife came home and she said, just so you know, one of my coworkers came up to me today and he said, I've been watching your husband's videos. I started at episode 1 and now I'm like on episode 100. He's cool.
And she's like, oh, only if you knew. Only if you knew him for real.
No,
I think
you don't have to
cool.
live with him.
I think
So you're gonna start putting it in tomorrow?
Yeah. Now that I've got the alder, I've got to have a good set of planer knives to start milling them up. So
I wonder how complicated it is to put it into that 735.
it'll probably be the better part of a day to get it in.
Yeah.
It'll probably take me about 4 or 5 hours.
I've seen some stuff on it. It looks intense.
There's a lot of stuff to take off.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts in there, surprisingly.
You're just gonna have all these leftover parts and be like, were these supposed to go somewhere?
What's this sprocket for?
Which jar does this go in? I'm gonna put it in this jar over here.
Let's just take this extra planer parts.
Stick the stuff on the ceiling. There it is.
I'm going to start putting my wood in and go, oh, that's what that part's for. Okay.
Yes.
Let me get that down from the rack.
It's not feeding. Oh, that's where those rollers went.
Jar roller.
Are y'all putting it in the same planer, Sam? Into the DeWalt 735?
No, so we're putting it in our joiner. The helical
Okay.
head into the Powermatic.
How big around is that sucker? Your helical head.
I'm not sure. I didn't purchase it. I just gave Gramps the go ahead, and then
He's like, okay.
purchased it.
Yeah, he was waiting. Finger on the button.
Well, we've been waiting because it's hard. Like Drew said, he has so much to do, and then then you don't want to stall out for a whole day and miss work. So
You're gonna. I mean, if you're gonna
No.
install it, you're gonna have to take a day off.
I know a while back I told you. Did you ever watch the video of the Sheelix getting put in from?
yeah, the Wood Whisperer.
Yes.
Yeah, my grandpa has it bookmarked.
Okay.
We've talked about it multiple times, so we'll probably do what he did, and he explains it really well. So if you're looking for videos, that's a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely if anybody that can upgrade to a helical head needs to upgrade to a helical head. It is so worth it.
So should I upgrade to a helical head then?
That's what the Sheelix is.
I'm confused.
That's what the Sheelix is.
I know, but you're telling me that I should upgrade, so I'm asking. Should I
No,
upgrade?
you don't. So go ahead and send it
What?
to me. Send me and I'll buy a 735 and put it in.
Isn't that the same thing?
It is Sheelix. Sheelix is a brand.
It's just a different brand of the helical head.
Yeah, it's from Bird Sheelix. It's called the Bird Sheelix, right?
Yeah, well, Bird Tools
Yeah,
makes
And
the Sheelix.
yeah. The Sheelix is the model. Helical is just the style of
The style of
head,
it.
Yeah.
What
They
makes
call
the
'em- I think they
Sheelix-
call them spiral cutters too. I think or something.
Yeah, what makes the Sheelix actually a Sheelix blade is that all the blades are kind of at an angle. So instead of doing a gouging motion as it's going over the wood, it's actually shearing it like a knife.
I'm so excited. We have a lot of chips in our blade, so
Yesterday I went to a potential client's house, and he was like, "Oh, I got all this red oak hardwood flooring. Can you surface it down? I want to put it in my house. I got it for free out of another house." And I was, "Well, yeah, I mean, I can run it through a planer or a drum sander. I can surface it for you, no problem." And he's like, "Well, it's got all these like nails and stuff in it." I'm like, I'm gonna have to come look at it. Let me come look at it. So I went and looked at it yesterday, and it's really not bad. It's got like the long, like 1.5-inch staples going through the tongue, and I was like, "Well, I mean, I can easily take these out, or you can take them out and save yourself a whole lot of labor charge." But I just like, we're talking like 2,500 square feet of hard oak, red oak flooring, and I'm just like, I was like, I don't even know what I would charge for this, because like that is a lot of planer blades, even on carbide, to run that many boards, that many square feet through a planer to surface and get the finish off and stuff. And started talking to the guy a little more, and he was like, "Well, yeah, I'm just gonna glue it down to my concrete floor." And I'm like, "No, like I really want your money. But I cannot, like, no, you cannot glue hardwood floor to the floor. Like,
this.
Like, you can't do that. It's wood moves." And I had to like explain to him like wood movement. I was like, it's going to end up like self-destructing and buckling and splitting apart. Like you're wasting your time. He's like, "Well, I'm just trying to rent the house, like put it up for rent." And I'm like, "You definitely don't want hardwood floor in a rental property, because then you're going to have to like upkeep it." And he's like, "Oh," I was like, "Look, I'll be honest. I want your money. Like, I really want your money, but I can't. I can't tell you to do that. Like, you should not do that." And then he's like, "Oh, well, come in here. See if you can like give me a quote on redoing my kitchen cabinets. Like, I want to knock them down and just rebuild new ones." And I walk in there and I'm like, "These things are solid wood cabinets. Do not knock these down. Like, you will not get cabinets like this. Like, replace the doors, sand the carcasses. If you want to repaint them, like, we can do that. But do not take the carcasses down, because you will not get that nowadays. Like, if you get them custom from me, it will be like high quality plywood.
Yeah.
But it won't be solid wood like they are now."
I feel like that's part of our responsibility for clients, is educating them on like things like that they're just not sure of. But it's like, any contractor could come in there and say, "Yeah, I'll do all that. Here's my price tag." Right. I think part of what we do is educating our clients and letting them know, like, this is why we're doing it. This is how we can do it. This is what's different from what I do to what someone else does to what someone else does. I know that Sam runs into that a lot. And even I've had conversations with everyone. It's like, "Oh, just, like I've talked about my sisters, right? I love my sisters, but they will ask me for a coffee table like in 2 days. Like, straight up, like, "Hey, can you make me a table?" "Yeah, sure. When do you need it?" "Saturday morning for a photo shoot." And I'm like, okay. And I've knocked out a table for my sister in about, I think it was like 12 hours. I just super fast glue up, threw some hairpins on it, and it was done. And then it didn't even make the photo shoot. And I was like, well, and now I have a coffee table in my back bedroom that she was like, "Well, you can have it back." I was like, "I don't want it. I didn't want it to begin with. I just made it for you." I got this huge coffee table in my back room for no reason.
Yeah.
But like, I try to tell them, it's like, give me some time. Like, I'll make you whatever you want. Just don't ask me to make it in a weekend. That's not fair to me. It's not fair to you, especially if it's for their business. If they're going to put it on air, if they're going to put it in an ad, if it's going to get photographed, it's like, I want it to look good because it's representing me, but it's also representing who you are and your brand and your business. So they're getting better. They'll give me like a week or 2 weeks. So they're getting there.
He's going to get a call tonight. "I need this by Saturday."
Well, yeah,
Can
my
you build
sister,
me a queen size bed?
Yeah,
We got people coming in for Easter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my sister's hosting a pop-up here in Austin here at the end of April, and she's already told me, so I've got a couple of weeks, but she hasn't confirmed anything. So I'm just like coaching her along. It's like, "Hey, what items? How many exactly are you looking for? What do you want?" Because I have other people in the queue, but obviously, I'll bump the fam up first. But I'm just waiting for her to give me like a concrete, like, this is exactly what I want and what I need and when I need it. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to bug them over and over and then be like, okay, well, I'm not, if it's like close, like I'm dealing with a client right now with the stain. And I would, the same thing, like I explained to her about the wood because she was like, well, I really like this table from Crate & Barrel and it's not like real wood. And then I showed her like she was like, and I was telling her, it's different. It's like factory made versus like custom made. It's like all real wood, blah, 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 blah. And then so I sent her a picture and she was like, oh my gosh, you're so right. Your table is so much better than the like Crate & Barrel. I was like, yeah, because, they might, just they pump them out. It's different. You can pick and choose and, do all this stuff. But you have to like guide them. So I'm guiding her towards a stain. And I like went, first she couldn't pick one. Then I like went to the store and I like compared it to the Crate & Barrel because she literally wants the Crate & Barrel table. Compared all of them, and I sent her stains, and then she sent them back because she lives far away, so she doesn't have time to come out to the shop. And then now I have to send them back tomorrow morning because she can't like just trust my judgment. I'm like, I know what color looks just like the one you want.
So this is that same client that you have had this issue?
No, I've had two clients can't pick stain colors. Two ladies that
so this is somebody like, different.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like my blue cabinet, I like texted her and I was like, thanks for being an awesome client. Like we had the blue picked out before I even started. And then I have a couple clients coming up that already know exactly the color that they want. So
yeah,
you try and guide them in like the way, but they like think that they know everything.
Well, and so when I was talking to this guy yesterday and I was like, hey, let's just like reface the cabinets. He said, oh, I had a contractor come in. They were going to charge me $16,000 for refacing these cabinets. And I almost lost it. I was like, $16,000 to reface your cabinets.
How big was the kitchen?
Oh, super tiny. Probably one row of cabinets, lowers and uppers, was 5 feet. Like the island part of it was like 5 feet. And the other side was maybe 4 feet that went along the wall. I mean, you're talking like 1, 2, 3, 8, maybe 8 lower cabinets and 6 upper cabinets.
That's crazy. Yeah. I had a client that she got quoted for like professional facers, finishers to come in, and it was $10,000, almost $11,000.
Like I was just like, I can't fathom that. Like I can build you a whole new kitchen for $16,000.
Yeah.
Like new cabinets and everything. Like that, and that's part of that education piece, man. Like if you don't go with me, cool. Like, but don't pay that. This is what a reasonable number would be. Don't for this small of a kitchen, $16,000. You're paying like $500 an hour in labor. So.
Yeah, damn good cabinets for that price.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's jump into some product recommendations. Drew, what's something you want to recommend?
Something that has been saving my life these past 2 contracts, and that is 4-wheel furniture dollies. Dude, you have no idea when you have a big project in your garage or shop and you need to move it around. Picking it up each time and just muscling it over to a spot, no, that's just ridiculous. I've pulled so many muscles doing that crap. And then I realized I had 4 furniture dollies up in my attic. And I'm like, oh, duh. So I put that Murphy bed on those dollies, and I was able to move it everywhere, anywhere.
It's so nice.
Effortlessly.
And if you don't have any, Harbor Freight, I was just going to say, sells them for like $9, and they're huge.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can get them on Amazon for around anywhere between 10 and 15 and sometimes 20, depending on the size. So, yeah, it has been a lifesaver for the big projects.
Yeah.
And you're all alone. Like, how do you pick those up?
I know. Well, the Murphy bed was difficult. I actually had to take pipe clamps and use them as handles. I would put them the width of the casing, clamp them down, and then I would have to pick up the pipe clamps and move the casing out.
Oh my gosh.
And your neighbors are just watching, like, watch this guy.
Yeah. Well,
You seeing this guy out here? Well, don't go help him, honey.
he's going to drop it. I know he's going to drop it. But yeah.
Get that video camera ready.
I picked it up one time, and my wife luckily just happened to be there. She's sitting there talking to me, blah, 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 blah. And then I picked up the casing, and then all of a sudden, it started tilting back. I was like, grab it, grab it, grab it. She's like, oh, okay. And she grabbed it real quick. Oh, gosh. So, yeah, after that, I had to get the furniture dollies.
That's how you know a guy's in trouble when the voice starts going up in octaves. That's how you know it's real trouble.
Yeah, like.
Or you start grunting. It's just like, oh.
You're trying to muscle it and it's not happy. You're like, oh, where are these muscles? Come on.
I love muscle.
Doesn't matter how tight you squeeze the pipes, they're still not going to come back.
Oh my God.
Oh, all right, Sam. What do you want to recommend?
I'm gonna recommend the Woodpecker's 96 story stick. We build story sticks all the time in the shop, but it's like annoying to stop what you're doing, find scraps at work, mark it all up, do all of that. And this is awesome. You just pop it together, and then you just screw on these like little clamps that you can like draw your line, and you slide them in, and you're good to go. So
how long is
awesome.
the story stick?
And that, so you can do different sections. So it goes up to 96.
Oh, so it will do an 8-foot section.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, and it has like a catch on the other side. So like if you are doing this like you're full time, you don't want to like stop when you're in a rhythm and like build a story stick. I know it only takes like a few seconds, but it will probably take like 30 minutes out of your time. You got to get the nails, you got to find the pieces, you got to cut them. So, we have some laying around, but this thing is awesome. You just pop it together and you're ready to rock and roll. So
what I hate is whenever you need to make something like a story stick, and then you look at your table saw and your dado stack is still in it.
I know, and you're like,
you're like,
I know. So then, like, you would have to take, it would be annoying unless you had something else to cut it with. But this thing is awesome because you can and they give you so many different tabs to put on that you can like move it and adjust it however you want. So that's my product recommendation.
I've got to start getting some woodpecker stuff because I just like the manufacturing process of those tools because they're engineered to be super dead on accurate. Mm-hmm. Plus, I love the color.
I know. They're awesome. They're super accurate.
Yeah.
They're blowing up right now.
The ones I have, I really enjoy them.
Yeah. Gramps has had a lot. And then he has their router table. They're like the lifter. And then they're coming out with a new one. So keep your eyes out.
I almost bought that woodpecker router table, and then Woodcraft put the Jessam table lift that I have right now on clearance,
and then
it was like $200 less, and I was like, oh, I got to get that.
Dang it.
Yep. So,
but it's really good. So,
all right, Jay, what do you want to recommend?
Actually, I'm going to go with the wall control storage system. I just posted about it today. I just threw it up in my shop. I got home last night. It was in the box, and I was so ready to take it out. So I threw it up last night, was playing around with all the storage, all the clamps, all the shelves. Super easy to install. It went up super fast, super sturdy. I went crazy with the clips. The clips are awesome. There's so many different uses for them right now. So I got, even when I got home today, I kind of just went over there and like moved a couple of clips, and I was like, that's better. And then I was like, oh, that's where that needs to go. I was like, that's perfect. I was like, oh, I'll probably move it later. Yeah, it's awesome. I can't rave about it enough. I was gushing like a little girl today, I think, on my Instagram about it. Every comment, I was just like, it's amazing. You have to get it. You have to go pick it up. It's not super expensive. I would recommend getting more boards. Like, get more boards than you think, because you're going to fill them up fast. But I'm excited. Speaking to the organization, I think it's gonna help so much in my shop. Just get all that stuff into a place. So I'm super excited. And I kind of just want to go out there and just keep tinkering with it to really get a good flow for it.
And you can use regular pegboard hooks for it as well, right?
I think there might be spots for it, but I mean, I went crazy with the clips. So I mean, I actually have an excess of little clips right now that I'm going to figure out a good use for. But I dig it. I went with UT burnt orange. Rob went with, I think he's calling it, rigid orange, and then Sadie out with awesome orange. She has orange and white as well. Lots of custom colors. Yeah, can't rave about it enough. I'm excited.
Nice.
They make any boomer crimson?
I mean, they've got a deep red.
Yeah.
Down here in Austin, we really don't speak that language very much, but
you don't have to. Down there in Austin, it's cuss words.
They got a deep red. I'll go as far as that.
So
yeah, maroon or crimson red or whatever it is. Yeah, didn't get thrown around a lot down here.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm gonna recommend the Craig Universal Workbench kits. You can pick them up, and when you buy it as a kit, you actually are buying individual components. So you're gonna buy like the legs independent from the rails and stiles of it, and you can get them different lengths. And it varies. I think it's like, I don't know, 12 to 20 inch length, and those legs are adjustable. Then they have like 20 to 36 or something, or 40, and those are adjustable, to meet the height you want. And then they sell like the aprons and the support structures, all different sizes, anywhere from 12 inches up to 48 inches, I think, is the longest one. And so I have a couple of those. My router table's made from that, and the new outfeed assembly / table that I'm going to be working on is going to be made from that as well. So I got a couple components sitting in my shop waiting to get built. So
nice.
That's awesome.
I know. I'm waiting to use all the Craig stuff that we got from Workbench. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's just
I have
sitting.
my one that I had to give away because it wouldn't fit in my suitcase.
You know what? You didn't have to go shopping at that sale in the hotel. That's not my fault. I tried to stop you.
Well, that's not what didn't make it in my suitcase.
What? What?
What?
Craig didn't make it in your suitcase?
Wait, what? The cabinet hinge thing.
Yeah, it was the.
I mean,
the
because somebody didn't ship something to you already that they could have stuffed down in the box.
I know.
Did you get that?
I did.
shipping.
Okay.
You need to tell me how much I owe you.
Sure. $50. $100.
No.
$62.
I would like to see that receipt.
The receipt was on the package.
Oh, well then Suze has it. Maybe she'll.
It doesn't matter. It wasn't that much. $150, sure.
So, wait, that cutting board I sent to Canada. Oh.
So.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I still have to make my cutting board for the.
Oh my god! Oh wait, time.
And we're getting ready to start like round 2, and you still haven't done round 1.
That's why I'm gonna make 2 this time.
Yeah, just make 2. There you go.
Get the one that I'm back ordered on, and then send the new one.
My mom's friend at the hospital. He was he helped me get to a milestone on Instagram, and I saw that he was like that next, whatever. And he texted me and he was like, I better be getting, a cutting board for helping you like push you over the edge or something. And he was like, and I want to shout out on the podcast because I want one of the cutting boards from the cutting board challenge. It was so cute. So I have to say, Jordan, you will be getting a cutting board. So my mom told me to do a shout out. He's like so excited for the new cutting board challenge to come out.
Milestone.
The cutting board challenge will be coming back. We haven't really discussed when it will be, but I know it was pretty successful last year, so it will be happening again this year. And we expect something pretty epic from Jay.
Yeah.
And we're only going to give you like 2 days
Now
notice.
that you have a planner.
Yeah,
Planner.
we need it by Saturday.
Planner. I said planner. Now you have a planner. A
Yeah.
planner.
Planner. So
Give me 2 days. I work better under pressure.
all right. Well, we have a voicemail here, which is pretty funny, from Sean McHenry. Doesn't sound like him, but let's play it here.
Hello to the Woodshop 101 podcast. My name is Viktor Smirnov. I am famous Russian lion hunter. I hear of this man named Todd on your podcast. I heard he once hit the lion with stick and defeated lion. I must know this tactic. I also hear he built dining room table, but he will not finish it. How can a man defeat a lion with stick, but cannot put Rubio monocoat on table? I must have answer. Thank you.
He does a pretty good. He has a pretty good accent.
He sent me a message saying I sounded better Russian in my head than I did on the video, because it's funny. 'Cause he's like, I have this man that I want to talk about named Todd. Todd's
Todd.
like all American.
Todd. Classic Todd.
Okay, yeah. So somehow while I was in Atlanta, we were at dinner. We were at dinner with Eric from IsoTunes and several other guys, and we were at Wahlburgers, and the waiter was like, "Hey, you," and I obviously didn't hear him, and he was like, "You in the red hat," and I just turned and like looked at him, like, "Is that really how you just addressed me?" And Sean, out of like quick thinking, was like, "Oh, his name's Todd," and then the guy was like, "Oh, hey, Todd," and I was like, "That's not my name." And then like Eric started calling me Todd, and the waiter kept calling me Todd. Then like everybody at the table and all these other people, and then Instagram started calling me Todd, and I'm like, this how did this one like simple little quick thing just like blow up? And then so this whole like weekend, I was talking with Dylan and Molly from Wood Brew, and we're just kind of sharing like adventure stories, and we're talking about different things we've done, and I was telling them about some of the things I've done while I was overseas, and one of them was petting lions, and told me it's probably not the smartest idea, but we decided to go into this cage with lions, and on the way into the cage, this guy, broken English, hardly any words, tells you pick a stick, get a stick. We pick up the stick. It's, I don't know, 2 feet long. Like,
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I texted you guys and was like, "I'm gonna go. Is that okay? I'm gonna go real quick."
so we have like this stick that's like 2 feet long and maybe a half inch in diameter, like super small stick. And I'm just thinking in my head, okay, I'm walking into this cage where there's 5 lions, like not baby lions, like grown adult lions with the stick. And I asked the guy, I go, "What's this stick for?" And all he could say was protection. Protection. I'm okay. Protection against what? Protection from keeping the lion from attacking me, or protection for when the lion attacks me? And he just goes, "I don't know. Ask that guy." And I'm like, oh. So the guy's telling us, all right, you're gonna approach the lion from the back. So he's laying down. You're gonna come up on his back, and when you get next to him, you're gonna kneel down. You're gonna take that stick and you're gonna jab it into the ground, grazing his neck to let him know you're there. And I'm looking at this guy, right? So we're in Mauritius, which is an island off of West Africa, or off of East Africa. And I'm like, okay, this guy's got to be like these stupid Americans. Like, I don't know. And I'm just like, so I'm going to take this stick, I'm going to stab essentially this lion, and I'm going to spook, and it's going to turn around and maul me. My buddy's over here, like in the cage with me with this camera, like just shooting away, getting ready, and I'm like, oh man, dude, he's like, no, it's so the lion knows you're there, so he doesn't get scared. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like somebody jab me in the back. I'm gonna get pretty scared.
Not sound logic.
I kneel down and I'm just like, here we go. And it's just like one of those instincts, like you can't count to 3. You can't like prep yourself for it. You just got to go for it. And I'm just like, I take that and I just shove it right into the ground, hitting that lion. And I'm just freezing. I'm like, all right, is he attacking me? Is he attacking me? I'm like, all right, he's not attacking me. So I'm petting him and I'm like, all right, let's get out of here. Like, I'm like this stick. And I see it to this day. I'm just like, I can't believe this. Can't believe this.
Did the lion even flinch? Did he like recognize like you were there? Or just like, eh?
He just like, eh. But the lions around me, there's like 4 other lions around, and they get up and start walking around and roaring, and I'm just like, let's get out of here.
Grab your whoop ass stick. Here they go.
Yeah, this is not good. Let's just get out of the stage.
The stick only protects you from the one lion, not his 4 buddies.
He's like, see? I need 4 more sticks.
I don't have enough sticks.
And
for the rest of the sticks.
So the whole weekend in Atlanta, we're sharing stories and we're talking, and Eric's like, look, you better have story time with Todd on the podcast from now on. Like you got to tell these stories, because I have so many crazy stories about doing stupid stuff like that with alligators and everything else. And so this whole trip is like Todd. Everybody's calling me Todd. So it was story time with Todd, Sean. We just had story time.
Come in.
Come in.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think it's funny though that you have a new name.
Yeah. So I did tell him I am going to get shirts made that say, "Hi, my name is Todd." So
I'm with Derrick.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Todd. I'm with Derrick.
I'm with Derrick.
So I will be working on a design for a T-shirt for that pretty soon. So it's gonna be like the little sticker that says "Hi, my name is," but it's gonna be like child's handwriting, and it's just gonna say Todd. Now I'm gonna have to get an arrow on it that says I'm with Derrick.
All right, we got to tell people where the Derrick came from. Jay, want to fill them in?
So I don't know. I don't really know why, but I think Sam told me. And is this true? I mean, are you a model?
Yes, used to be.
So maybe that was my like connection, male model, Derrick Zoolander, Derrick. Maybe that was just like how I put them together. And then, I mean, Drew and Derrick aren't so far off. But like, I think like the first few times, like if we talked about you, I was like, yeah, that guy Derrick did a cool. She's like, his name's not Derrick. And I was like, yeah, it is. She's like, no, it's not Derrick.
Yeah, I know.
It took me. I was like, and I would even catch myself. Like today, I was good because I was afraid I was going to say it. But today, I caught myself and I was like, Drew. Got it right. So that was it. But it wasn't like a bad thing. It was just like it was how I was connecting it. Male model, Derrick Zoolander.
So if we Google Drew Short model, will we find pictures?
Probably not.
That would be awesome.
Let me see.
Uh-oh.
We have to find this. If I can find a picture, it's going in the show notes. Or
so
I put a picture on Instagram.
Wait, I was just gonna say, wasn't he shirtless in a picture?
I had a shirt on. It was just unbuttoned.
It was really low. I had 2 buttons. One of those 2-button shirts.
We're gonna have to find it. So this is definitely not when I Google Drew Short model. I get like a girl in Daisy Dukes.
I got this.
What is that?
I don't know. Not me.
My earlier looks.
So the first person that can find a picture of Drew on the internet as a male model will get, I don't know. I'll send you something.
Good luck, because that was back like in 99.
A T-shirt,
roughly.
Yes, you'll get a T-shirt, but you have to find it. You have to. I don't care how you find it. If you hack if you hack into Drew's hard drive and get it, I don't care. but I need a picture so I can post it on the show notes. So
I've got a P90X before and after picture. I think that was better than my modeling pictures.
yes, but you're not as young.
Oh man, I was young. I was like 18.
Oh man, I'm gonna have a weird search history.
I
right?
know. I was just gonna say this is a weird. I'm like typing it in.
I put it in. There's a bunch of shirtless dudes. None of them like, dude, sorry, man.
like, hey, look. So I own Drew Short is a famous model. If you guys didn't know.
Yeah,
So
I think I'll be losing that.
Your new Instagram intro is actually, or your YouTube intro is actually, hi, my name is Drew Short. I am from Rockin' H Woodshop, and I am your model for today's episode.
Just screw that. I'm going to be like, hi, my name is Derrick Zoolander. Today we're going to build something.
Yeah. I'm just going to look at this with blue steel, and this is going to get made.
Voila.
That's one of my questions on my weekly live with Garrett is like, what woodworking superpower would you want? Like, just to be able to like, and his this week was like to be able to look at anything and just have the measurement in his head. It's like to know, it's like, boom, this is what I need. This is the measurement.
That's 15 and 17, 30 seconds.
And it doesn't change by some like little fairy in the shop.
Yeah, and the little fairy is changing measurements. Oh, the mark
Not
was
in
there.
my shop.
The mark was there.
Yeah,
Just
right.
moved an eighth.
Nope. Yes, there's a bunch of them in my shop.
That's like Drew did that story about changing tape measures, and that's.
Oh yeah, we don't change. If we start with one, we start with one.
But it's totally true. I mean, I try to stick to the one. But like I would use Milwaukee and then I would jump to the fast cap, and it's like way different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not close.
A full inch. You're like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, this construction tape is way different than this fast cap.
No wonder my house leans to the left.
All my bills were like.
That's how you get that half bubble runoff. You just measure everything with a different tape measure.
Yeah, I just call it modern. It's modern rustic.
It's modern. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
Sam's too busy stuffing her face over there to enjoy the conversation.
I didn't eat any dinner, guys, and I had to take care of 3 kids today, all alone for like a long time.
All the mothers out there are going, oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, one day, awesome.
One day, every day.
Why don't you eat when you feed them?
Well, I didn't feed them tonight. Last night I did.
She's like, they're starving tonight.
Yeah, they're not allowed to eat.
Damn it! I didn't tell them they didn't have dinner.
My bad.
The kids were starving. Oh yeah.
Don't
we
spit it
didn't have
out, Sam.
I forgot to
I
tell
almost
you.
did.
Forgot
That's on
to
me.
tell you.
That's on me. Yeah, I didn't feed the kids.
They can have 2 breakfasts tomorrow. They'll be okay.
Yeah,
They're grown kids, so don't worry about it.
they'll be fine. Oh. But I would like to remind you that we will be starting an after show for all our patron supporters. If you support us on any level, you will have access to the after show. So if you aren't a supporter right now, if you want to get in on it before we start doing the after show, definitely go check it out. Anything helps.
Yep.
And I would like to remind you, if you listen to the show on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. It helps us reach a greater audience. So that's exciting. The after show will be fun.
Yeah. After show will be more like randomness like this. Or a question. Depends on it. It will kind of be driven by the Patreon supporters over there. So, maybe they'll want Drew to model for them. Hey, we'll make it happen now that he's not on here.
He's gonna build a runway for himself in his shop.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
Hey, Drew, you want to give him the contact info? No? Okay, he walked away.
They don't know the contact info.
Yeah, we're just sitting here waiting on you, Drew, to give us the contact
I know.
info.
My wife and kid just got home, so I had to take care of a few things.
Well, Well, we did decide on our first topic for the patron after show.
You're going to model for
You're going to
it.
model for everybody.
Lord, no.
He's like, no.
Let's just say 18 model body and 30, almost 39 model body is not the same. It's under there somewhere. It's just not the same.
Oh, y'all got silent.
Like that got awkward.
Very deep.
I know, mine's not the same either. Cubby, get out of there.
Although she's only
Okay.
like 22 years old or something.
I am not 22. Yes, I am. I've been tricking you guys this whole time. Actually, 22.
It's 24, right?
Yep.
26. She's turning 30 this year. Didn't you know that?
No, I'm not. I am not.
There's that reaction.
Heads up.
Jeez.
Actually, it will be exciting. I'll be
Jeremy, I think you lost some hair.
I get older by the day. Definitely today. I'm surprised I'm even coherent at this point in my day.
I know.
Yeah, you still gotta get out in the shop. Ooh.
Yes.
Who has to get out in the shop?
Me. She doesn't listen to what I have to say, so don't worry about it, Jay.
Well, it was probably when I was going to the bathroom.
No, it was definitely not. It was back when we were doing like what's in the shop, but it's cool. Don't worry about it.
The funny part is I didn't get your text that you needed to go to the bathroom or can I go until you had already been gone like 5 minutes.
Did
I
she
was like,
ask
"Can
us
I
if she
please
could go to the bathroom?
Yeah. I was like, I have to pee. Because Drew was like, do you need to go somewhere? I was like, I have to pee really bad. I've been holding
Checking her watch. She's
Well, she's afraid people are going to take her steak.
Because I keep getting alerts.
That's what I said. You got to be somewhere.
We'll be like in a conversation and I'll be like,
That's how it always is.
no, it's not. But I did have to go to the bathroom. But yeah, now I'm all good.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we gonna wrap? Are we wrapping this up? Do we have more to talk about?
No. We got more to talk about, but on another episode.
Okay.
We're waiting for you.
So, Jay, for the people that don't know how to get in contact with you, before we sign off, why don't you give them your contact info real quick?
So Dima Detta ATX on Instagram, Facebook. Facebook doesn't like us that much, the business account. So it's not huge on Facebook, but everything goes from Instagram to Facebook. I recently started a YouTube channel. It's very, very green right now. But the first video was of the road trip of Steven and I to a workbench. Just a little fun video. So that's all new and exciting for me. But my main driver is Instagram, so you can always find me at Dimadetta ATX on Instagram. Always there.
See, I always thought it was Dimadera, not Dimadetta.
Well, potato. Dimadetta. It gives it a little bit more kick,
That Latin flair.
There it is. Exactly.
Saying anything with an accent, it sounds fancy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you got to roll the R. That's what it is. Sam, what about you?
Mainly on Instagram, Sam Ryan Designs, or you can go to my website, which is getting revamped right now, samryandesigns.com, but it still has a contact button, so you can hit that contact button, and it will shoot me an email straight to my email, which also is samryandesigns@gmail.com.
Well, shoot me an email straight to my email.
Yeah, I thought about it after I already said it, and then I was like, whatever, I'm just going to keep rolling with it.
Gramps wouldn't let you roll with it. He'd make you stop and do it over.
And yes, he would have. He definitely would
A lot
have.
of emails in there.
Oh, Lord. All right. Jeremy, what about you, man?
If you want to get in contact with me pretty quickly, Instagram, DM me. If you have a more in-depth question or you got more time, send me an email. Go to my website. There's contact form. There's also links to like Facebook, and I don't know if there's still Twitter over there, but if there is, I won't answer that. So don't send a message over there.
Send him a tweet, care of Derrick.
Yeah, Derrick will answer it for me.
Derrick will take care of it.
And it's got to be to Todd in care of Derrick.
Yeah, to Todd.
So
Todd's such a name. Todd.
Todd. Well, if you guys want to get in contact with myself, you can go to rhwoodshop.com, and there is a contact section there. I'm also pretty active on Instagram as well as Facebook. I get more activity on my Facebook page for some reason. I will post on Instagram and link it to Facebook, and I get more activity on my Facebook than I do Instagram. But it don't matter. I'm happy either way. So if you guys want to get in contact with the podcast crew all at once, you can send us an email, care of kickback@woodshop101podcast.com. Don't forget about the voicemail that I mentioned earlier, which is 409-234-3959. Or you can send us a voice memo through the voice memo app on your cell phone to the email that I just mentioned. So that about wraps up the show. So, Jay, thanks for joining us, man. It was a blast.
For sure, man. I had a great time. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Oh, we'll have you back.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going up in octaves. That's not good.
I'm out of tea, too. I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah. Gonna hack. So from Jay, Jeremy, Sam, and myself, we want to wish you guys well. Please be safe in your shops, and we will talk to you on the next podcast episode. So 1, 2, 3. Boom!
Boom!